Hello, welcome to our Liberty Gardens. Today we're going to transplant some lovely aloe vera that is a little bit variegated. I don't know if you can see that. Hey, I love you, but I got to do something. So I don't know if you can see how variegated that is. Maybe this one will show up better on the camera. Anyway, we're going to plant these into two separate pots. 4 different pots. I'm going to plant some, and I'm going to plant some up in this little pot for my good friend Bonnie. These were given by a good friend Renee, and they'd gotten a little cold, but she was giving these away, and so I decided, you know what, I don't have any aloe vera and I've been wanting some, so I'm gonna get these. So we're gonna put this in here, and as always we're gonna leave a little bit of a lip. This is a very old pot. It is disintegrating around the top. Once again, don't forget, this is our Liberty Garden. I'm your host, Carrie McKinnon. We're going to repot those some other stuff and show you some other stuff in a future video. But don't forget to like and subscribe. Now, aloe vera is a medicine plant. It's a succulent, and so it won't need much water. And we can bring these out in the summer because we have a lot of hotter temperatures here in the panhandle of Texas. I do want this to go a little bit to the side, but not quite that much. So they are very super hardy, but sometimes, you know, you got to do what you need to do. Now we're going to transplant these. We have probably some little ones that don't have roots. I'm just going to stick them in some places and they should root. This is very top heavy. Probably should have buried it a little bit deeper, and I think I might take that out and redo that. Let me. Remember, you don't have to stick with what you do. You can always repot. You can always start over. That's all of that. We're gonna take this piece of yellow crock. This was a pot that I really loved that got broken. You can tell it was kind of a mustardy color. So I'm gonna re-measure this, and I'm gonna see, I want it to stand up, so maybe I should put it that deep. And like I said, remember, it is, you don't have to keep what was there. Ooh, that's what was under the bow. There's several of those in there. So let's get this filled up as much as we can. And this is really good soil. This is soil that got bleached out in the summer, and that's probably good. Now remember, you want it to stand up in the middle, so you're gonna hold it like this. That way you don't get the dirt down in the center. And then just go to town putting that dirt in there. And the reason we replanted this is because it wasn't really standing up like we wanted it to. Was leaning really to one side, and not only that, it wasn't going to leave us that lip at the top. We all know how much I like that lip at the top, so that my water doesn't overflow and take soil out into my nice furniture or whatever. And I say that like I have really nice furniture, but I do have some antiques that I want to keep. So there is that. We'll water this in afterwards. Sometimes I will put in some fertilizer, but usually the soil that I have is pretty good. It's a mixture of compost, peat, some core. We'll put just a tiny bit more on this side, and I think that's going to be one of them. And now, a tip that I saw online, if you get dirt down in here like I did, I don't know if you can see that I got some dirt down in there. If you do that, take a paintbrush. Go to the dollar store and get you some paintbrushes, and that will get most of that dirt off. Especially if you have leaves that are kind of delicate, you know, that if you put pressure on them, they're liable to snap off, you know, some of your peperomia, things like that. We'll set that one to the side, and we'll start on the next one. The next one's gonna have this one. I don't know where my friend Bonnie would put one, so I'm gonna give her a smaller one. Not because I don't love her, but I want to make sure she has a place to put it, and she has some awesome shelves in her kitchen. And we're working on some shelving ourselves. So this is a Mexican pot that I got at an estate sale, and somebody had painted it white, and I thought that was probably a mistake, so I've been letting it flake off. And it's cracked, but it'll still work. Whoa, did y'all see that? That popped right up in my face. Need to get a little bit of this dirt. Hey, I don't need you up here, sweetheart. Maybe you'll get down by yourself since I'm not paying you any attention. So anyway, we have some neighbors' chickens that are coming over and visiting now, and the cats are enjoying it and they're not enjoying it. So this is a variegated aloe vera, as I said. We're going to leave a lot of space in this one. I'll have to get a tray to put these under. But that's neither here nor there. Okay, I think we're going to leave that one ready to go. Let's do up Bonnie's next, and Walter will take it to her on Wednesday since she's off. Today is Sunday. Let me take this one. We're going to put her 2 in here, and maybe they'll both live. And I don't know, she may not want these, but she either will or she won't. So anyway, that's what we're doing today here at our Liberty Gardens. It is still really cold here. We're going to put those in there. We're not going to put very much dirt in there because Bonnie will probably want to repot those. Now we're going to go to this next one. This is a cute little pot that has a little tray, so I don't have to put anything under it. I'm going to have to get some more soil. Lilith. She gave us a lot of nice cuttings. So we really thank Renee for that. Renee also lives here in Petersburg, just like we do. Put a bunch of these in here because some of these have some root systems and some of them don't. So we'll see. If we can't get them to hopefully root up, and then we can transplant them into something else. So, you know, I love you, and I don't know why you think you have to be in the middle of pictures. So what we're going to do with these that didn't have roots, I'm just going to stick them down in here. And hopefully they themselves will root up. Oh, sorry, honey. Sometimes you get right in the way, you know? So that's what we did today. We did a lot of putting up these cuttings of some aloe vera that we got. It looks like they're all variegated, which is really cool. I like the variegated ones. And I didn't have any. And, you know, they were on my list to buy this year because of the medicinal things. I don't normally burn myself, but sometimes I really like to have them. But there you go. They're all potted up. This one will go somewhere in the house. There's this one. We got a lot of aloe vera from Renee. Even enough to pot some up for our dear friend Bonnie. Like I said, we're our Liberty Gardens. Our house gets kind of cold at night. It gets down to 50, so some of our plants may not survive. We're really testing that out, and we're going to work on the humidity this summer when it's over 100 degrees. And as you can see, the cats are always curious. Hey, no ma'am. Hey, no ma'am. So if you want to hear about our plants inside and out, our lovely house plants, the jungle that were created, the things that we're doing outside, and the changes that we're making to a house that was built in 1902, 1901 that needs substantial work. Give us a like and subscribe. Once again, this is our Liberty Gardens, and I'm your host, Carrie. Have a great weekend.